Alrighty, so it seems like JP's got a pretty good campaign going on. I mean, it realistically is just making the Grand Duel Berserker not take any of your Storm Pods to do, but if you are a JP player, and I guess this video is more informative for my NA players, the Grand Duels are functionally raids that you could do at any time. I mean, doing the Bleached Earth missions are still good for a lot of the different guaranteed drops if you need specific materials, but overall, these are some of the best nodes to farm in the game. And I guess just to go to a normal one, you could see that for Assassin, right, this is all the other ones as well, but it costs 1 Storm Pod and 40 AP to do, so you need a lot, and they won't just let you farm all of these willy-nilly, because you get just a ton of materials. It's one of the best places to farm for QP if you need that. Bond farming is actually a real thing. In fact, I was doing that in this last month to make sure I had all of my, I guess just to show it off that we finally did it, all of our Grands have their Bond Seas, and I was doing Gensai over here. So it's really good to do for Bond as well. So the fact that the Berserker is now costing no Storm Pods makes it a ridiculously good place to go farm for this week. I mean, I will probably also just dump some apples into this. You can see we've got like 210 runs on this because it's just very strong. For Grand Duel Berserker specifically, I guess we'll just tab on over. You can see that you're almost getting 5,000 Bond from doing this. That's without CEs and everything. Remember, you can use Bond CEs and such to increase how much Bond you're getting, and you're getting about 4 million QP here. You know, you get a 3.4 million drop and then 3 of the 175k. So even without any of the QP bonus CEs, you're still netting about 4 million, which is more than doing your doors dailies in the training grounds, and it's about on par, I would say, if not a little higher, than doing the Las Vegas node on the Bleached Earth. And even if it was a little bit lower, you have the potential to get a ton of different mats. Now, these are not all guaranteed, but you will just kind of do a run, which we'll do some runs in this video, and you'll see you'll get a smattering of things. It's like, all right, here's a crystal, here's a talon, and then here's a gem, I guess, right? Which is just nice. It makes them very, very nice raids to go farm. And I kind of wanted to show this off for some of my NA players, because for Berserker, you know, right now, Low-High is my Grand Berserker, which isn't exactly primed to take out, you know, this Hercules, right? He's a big beefy boy with like 3 million HP. So instead, we're going to do a strat that I think is going to be very viable for many players, and that is just finding somebody that has a maxed out or a very strong single target in Herc's case, and just bringing them. Now, Castoria is a very good one. This is kind of the ideal setup you want to find, is someone that is rocking a Black Grail, doesn't necessarily have to be max limit broken, and is still packing like some kind of Bond CE. I will say, the person that I was the most impressed with is... oh, where are they? Really? Nobody has Lilith up here? That's crazy. Lilith is so insanely popular, and I'm not seeing her. I don't want to refresh, because that cast story is actually pretty good to show off just how easy you are to just kind of dumpster on some of these people. But Lilith I found to be the best one to take out the Herc. She just does very strong, consistent damage, and you can just bomb a lot of stars, so that you can almost guarantee do all your crits and stuff. But you'll see that the way we're going to kind of set things up is that instead of trying to primarily DPS with my Grand Berserker over here, they're more so going to be used just for Brave Chains, because different Brave Chains that you do give you different effects. You don't have to memorize all of them. Realistically, you're just going to probably memorize the ones that are for your card type. So, for instance, if a Berserker does a quick chain, let's say Lilith, for example, she gets a big quick buff, right? You know, and then I believe it's Assassins, because I was doing a lot of Gensai runs earlier. If you do a Buster Brave Chain, you get a bunch of crit damage, right? You're probably just going to memorize the things that are relevant. You're probably not going to memorize, oh, what if I do Gens, or like, I'm not going to memorize what happens if I do a Castoria quick chain, because you're probably not going to see that all that frequently. Now, the other thing that I'm doing, you can kind of see I'm kind of memeing around with some of the other Mystic codes over here, just because, you know, I'm never really going to get a chance to use these. I'm not really going to use these Mystic codes ever. So I do like to take this as a chance to level up some of these, because you do get some pretty big EXP from that. But yeah, I mean, you could use Plug Suit or something, or, you know, the Order Change. For my newer players not familiar with the lingo or everything, you could use the Order Change to kind of swap your guys around to give them more buffs. Right now, I'm kind of just rocking dudes that fit in the team comp that I can bond up. Like, I would love to bond up Castoria to get her to like to 10. That'd just be kind of cool. Because if I ever want to pivot and put her as Grand Zerk, that'd probably fit, and I might do that. As I'm really not sure why Lohai is my Grand Berserker. I like Lohai a lot. I mean, she's like very pretty, but I don't really know anything about Lohai. I mean, I'm also not really sure why Huyan is not my Grand Berserker, because I love Huyan, bro. I love Huyan. And I guess just to address it, people are going to be like, bro, why is your Morgan not your Grand Berserker? Don't you love Morgan to bits? I do, but she's going to be my Grand Berserker on NA, so I want to have my things be a little different. I think Bunyan's just here because she's cheap. Yeah. Because you do want to try to load up on CEs as much as possible. Like, really, it'd be ideal to probably swap you down to another character so I could fit another CE in here, but I'm kind of fine taking the L. You know, I'm kind of fine taking a little bit of the L on that one and just letting her slide in there and get some extra bond. Especially the ones that are riders or casters are very, very good because we have the Nemo CE and we also have the, bro, there's a plane flying outside my house. We have the caster CE for Da Vinci, which give you 20% to the entire class of rider and caster respectively. Those are really strong because everybody is rocking those instead of the tea time one, right? Where is it? It's not on here? Did that not show you your CE anymore? Crazy. But anyway, yeah, we're pretty much just going to beef up our Castoria friend over here, and we're just gonna kind of beat up Hercules. She won't one-shot Hercules, if I remember correctly, from the runs I was doing, which is why I really liked Lilith. I also quite like Lilith because you can take advantage of Lohai over here, who gives you, you know, the quick and buster buff, right? Which is kind of nice for that. It also means that Kentoki's pretty nice for this. I think he's a little slept on how much damage he's able to put out. I think Kentoki's quite strong. But yeah, no crit cards is a little bit unfortunate, but it is fine. We're probably not going to get one shot anyway. We can go ahead and just do a big old chain here. You can see, yeah, we get some on attack buff, right? Don't really care because we're probably going to 1 or 2 shot this guy anyway. So it's like, it's whatever. These realistically aren't like super difficult. I can only imagine that they're kind of difficult when you're like first starting out and doing these runs. But I mean, yeah, look at that. We nearly one-shot this guy. Like, we do so much damage. Yeah, but like, yeah, then it's just, you know, if we had a Castoria card, we would have absolutely just one-turn this guy and moved about our day. It's also like why these are really easy to farm. I mean, for instance, for me, like doing Assassin, Gensai is strong enough because you have Koyanskaya over there to take out the Azrael. So I almost said King Hassan, but I'm like, well, technically, Azrael's not King Hassan, so I guess not. But yeah, she can functionally do like a 1-turn on that guy, even for mine that's NP1. So it's really just an easy thing to run in and just do a bunch of dailies on. My brain actually just farted there. I was supposed to click the arts card to do the mighty chain, but this is going to be fine. Lohai is not going to take down Herc, I don't imagine, but the Castoria follow-up will take him out with the Buster crit. Will absolutely just eviscerate that guy. Yeah, just destroyed, mogged on, obliterated. Moving on. I want to see if I can't find a Lilith, because I really like showing off how good Lilith is in these raids. But that's also the benefit for it, right? You can see we're getting a fatty amount of bond. They're getting a little bit more because they have the lawful trait, and that Habitrot CE gives any of your female lawful characters 20% bond. So it's really nice for bonding them out. It's also really good for getting Saint Quartz, because every time you hit a threshold of bond, you know, 11 through 15, you get 30 Saint Quartz. And you know, I kind of do want Demeter. Did we just get hit with the day change? We're really just gonna hit with the day change. I'm not allowed to jump in and do my Lilith run. Well, that's fine. That's fine, I guess. Sure. We'll just run back in. We'll just run back in, I guess. Bro, come on, FGO, load, man. There's farming to be done, man. We only have a week of no storm pods. Come on, man, let me in there. And you can give me my gold apple, I guess, for the login bonus. Yeah. Being taunted by Demeter over there. All right, come on. Give me back in. Let's find a Lilith, because Lilith, I mean, usually I'm a huge hater, right? If there's a character that's, oh yeah, like that's good. That's what we love to see. We love to see that. But I'm a huge hater, right? So if a character is really popular, I'll be like, actually, they're mid. They're actually mid, actually. We could bring this one. We start leveling up the suit. Level up the swimsuit. Or the suit. I'm gonna do the suit. I like the suit. But I can't lie. You know, Lilith is a little too good for me to be a hater on and just be like, well, they're actually not that good. It's like, no, yeah, they're pretty crazy. Like, people will probably know that, you know, it's like, oh, Arjuna Alter's the GOAT. And I'm like, yeah, but, like, he ain't Morgan, though. Like, Morgan's, like, pretty good, right? I love my Morgan. And, so, you know, I'll be like, you know, maybe Arjuna Alter's not the craziest, but Lilith is, she lives up. She lives up, dude. She's a monster. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, when we have follow-up cards as well, yeah, this guy's toast. This guy's buttered up. We got the jam. We put him in there for a crispy 3 minutes. He's getting obliterated. Lilith is going to do Mondo damage here. She's just going to take this guy out back, give him a pounding, not even pay for the dinner. She's going to obliterate this guy. No crit, never mind. We're not obliterating this guy. We're not obliterating. No, Lilith, come on, man. No, well, you know what? It's the opposite of what I said. I'm literally just lying. You know, Castoria came in there, absolutely dumpstered on Herc over here. And then now Lilith is frauding it up, I guess. Lilith, don't fraud it up. But that is why I love having low-high around. Not only does she give the really solid buff, she buys you a turn. And I'm not really going to use her NP, but I am probably... You know, it is nice to fire off Lilith's NP. Actually, no, we are going to use her NP, because doing a quick chain will give them a huge quick buff. That'll let her do some Mondo damage. Like, the Liliths that get the quick chain do some absolutely disgusting damage. Then again, this might not... Is this Lilith 120'd? That could be the difference. Oh, they are 120'd. So this guy's Lilith is just a fraud. Alright, well, this Lilith is just a bum. I don't know what to tell you. Lilith normally is getting in there and clapping cheeks. But then again, I also might swap my Grand over to Berserker Castoria, because I also don't like being too normie with my picks, right? That's why for Archer, I was like, well, everybody is picking all these other characters, but I'm gonna pick Magoichi, right? And then Assassin is like, everybody's picking Kama. Well, I'm gonna summon for Gensai, just so I can have the Assassin I want and be a little different. I could just be a special snowflake. But, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. It's, like, really easy. If you don't have somebody that can absolutely just get in there and decimate them, like, let's just use my own case, for example, as someone that doesn't, you know, want, like, 120 and NP5 every character. Like, Logress kind of struggles against Masashi, but makes sense. She's AoE, not single target. I mean, it goes to 3 turns about every single time, but it's pretty consistent. Saika can one-shot the Gilgamesh, like, she's ridiculous, but granted, we do have a redonkulous support in the Archer class, as, with, not Ruler Tiamat, Archer Tiamat. Melusine is fine into the Lancer, but I'm trying to remember, I think I usually bring somebody for Lancer to fight against, the Indra. Yeah, no. Lancer is, I use my Melusine as AoE to take out the 2 guys next to him, and then I'll use, like, another Melusine to one-shot the Indra. You're fine, but then again, this is, like, one of the closer characters I have to NP5. So whenever we get, like, a Rider one and we get to show off Cream Hill over here, the Creamer, she can actually just do the damage, because she's close enough to being maxed out. Medea does her best in the caster fight with her buff. On her 3rd skill, she is predominantly just buffing up another character that we're bringing. I mean, Gensai, because she's a buster, and you have Koyanskaya, you know, she can kind of just do the work. She can kind of just take the guy out. She does almost enough on her NP, which you don't want to one-shot that Azrael, because he'll revive. So you want to do big damage with the NP and then finish him off with crits, and she's very good at doing that. Low-high, I mean, we saw she does, like, 500,000, which is, I mean, that's good. Like, that's good damage, you know, we'll take it, but not nearly good enough. What? When did this happen? I thought you were NP2. Hello? When did this happen? Okay, alright, okay, you know what, sorry, I'm just surprised, I'm not mad, I just didn't know when you popped into my Chaldea again. When did you sneak on in here? Okay, crazy, but yeah, Kenshin, when I was first doing it, NP2, she can clear it. And then, XX Alter over here can do the, I believe it's the Flare Marie that I chose to farm the most. She can do it, but obviously the best pick for that one is to do MHXX. I mean, she might be a one pump chump, but sometimes one pump is all you need. But yeah, this is what I'm pretty much going to be doing for the rest of the week. I just, kind of woke up and I was like, I don't have a video for Monday, but I was like, some days I'm like, I'm just going to take a day off. But then I saw this and I was like, well, let me go show some stuff off for my NA people. Just show them that it's really not that difficult. That even if you do not have your own character maxed out, giga maxed NP5, you could just bring a friend, buff them as much as you can, and you're kind of chilling. The classes that I guess are a little more rough for that are the ones that are a bit more, I guess, gotta have them type of characters. Like Saber really is, Nero Bride is really good, but how many people have Nero Bride? Lan Ling is pretty good, but everybody has Bedivere at the very least, who gives everybody like that pretty solid NP damage buff. I mean, obviously the better ones are going to be the ones that you can just load up on supports, like Caster. I mean, they tried to make that one a little more difficult because the world is your oyster on Caster. I mean, you've got Merlin, Tamamo, you've got Castoria, you've got, Waver with his buff. I mean, like, ridiculous just amounts of people you can bring. Scotty, even original Scotty, can be really effective in there. I mean, you've just got every card type cover that you could just go in there and bop people up. But some of these you got to get a little creative, and so being like, oh well, Aloha gives a little bit of a buff to everybody, gives a little bit of NP, a little bit of NP on her NP as well, might not be worth firing off. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about and show off in today's video. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you are on JP, I highly advise still finishing up the Valentine's event over here, but as soon as you can, pivot down on over here. Pivot immediately. Like, I didn't even know we were getting this, but I just kind of locked in one day, finished up our Valentine's farm. I still got to do my... gotta level up my CEs. I gotta convert all these chocolates into into CE material so I can level up dudes, but yeah, then you pop on down here, because if you're like me, you want Demeter. That's 30 Sancords. 30 Sancords, that could be anything, including Demeter. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have yourselves a nice day, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.